Allie Rouse, and I was a 6th grade teacher at Dillon Middle School. I taught mostly science, and I got cancer. I am currently battling a glioblastoma, which is a stage 4 brain tumor.
My name is Jeff Calkins. I'm originally from Chippewa Falls, but I live in Altoona now. I worked at the school district as a lunchroom recess supervisor. I have the same glioblastoma, level 4, and it was kind of an interesting route to get to that diagnosis, but got to it and did what they had to do. And now it's just up to me.
There's lots of treatments that people are still trying to find, but really there hasn't been much advancement other than the Optune, which is a device I wear on my head. And there's 3 chemotherapy things that they can use, but there hasn't been much advancement in it. And so right now we're really hoping science pulls through for us. The typical diagnosis with a glioblastoma is most people live between 7 months and 18 months. That's generally when I remember meeting with my doctor the first time after they had done surgery on me, and I said, what is the, how long do I have? And I was expecting I would go into remission, and they said, well, you don't go into remission with this one. And so that was kind of because I didn't know what glioblastoma was. I'd never heard of it, and I went to the hospital thinking I had Lyme's disease, and I woke up the next day with a big towel on my head, and I don't remember the surgery, I don't remember what had happened, and I was very confused why that was there. So, yeah, the diagnosis isn't great, but programs like this, where I can talk to other people, I can still exercise, it forces you to get out and be social, and so it's a really good program. It's another one of those things to help you along and get through the day.
I was actually at my granddaughter's softball game watching her play, and I got done with the game and I had such a sore neck. So I went to a facility in Eau Claire. They did a CAT scan of my neck and said I had bone spurs pinching nerves. I'd have to see a neurologist. Okay. So time went by and nothing, and all I did was sleep. I lost 30 pounds. I just slept all the time, no appetite, no nothing. And finally went to another facility in town, Mayo Clinic, and they went into the ER, and a residency doctor saw me, did a CAT or an MRI, and came back and said, you have a tumor. You're on your way to Rochester. Okay. Let me tell you something. If you got nothing to do, don't ever plan on taking a trip in an ambulance to Rochester. It's not fun. It was like riding a hay wagon all the way there. My wife and my 2 daughters came down, and they said that I have to have surgery to remove parts of it. So on the 26th, I was admitted to Rochester, and 27th, I was in for all the doctors talking and stuff, and the 28th I had my surgery, and going down that hall was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. I'm gonna get emotional. I didn't know if I was going to see them people again. But I pounded my fist on that gurney and I said, you're not taking me now. I'm going to break this thing and I'm going to survive. And I did, so far. Because of those people and many more. There's a lot of people that are close to my heart.
So, this is called an Optune, and what it does is, it looks like this, it fits in my bag, and then there's cords connected to my head that look like this, and it sends electrons basically into my head, and the whole goal is there shouldn't be blood flow in your brain, but if there's blood flow, I still have little DNAs that are breaking apart, and this is supposed to scramble them so they can't break apart and keep reproducing the glioblastoma tumor. And as of right now, this was FDA approved in 2015, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it was 15. And it's been really successful for me. I know some people hate it. I don't love it, but it's working for me. So I'll keep using it. Yeah. You know, typically if I didn't have this, I think I would have forgotten I had cancer, honestly, but this is a constant reminder. I've tried different things like the keto diet to try to not send as much sugar and things to your brain, because your brain loves sugar, but that's also making your brain more active. Otherwise, I sleep a lot more. I take a lot of naps, especially the week after chemotherapy, where it just wears you down. And I've been on it. It's supposed to be a 6-month dosage, and then my doctors put me on a 12-month dosage, and they said, well, it's working well, so let's just keep going. And it's been almost 2.5 years now of chemo, and so it's great. It's keeping me alive. It stinks. It makes me sleep a lot. So.
Well, you know, the normal chores, you look at chores around the house and you think to yourself, it's going to take me a half hour. Wait a minute, that was when I was healthy. Now it takes a little longer, and you sit back and you get frustrated once in a while and say, I should have been done with this. But then you have to realize that what has happened to me is going to affect a lot of things. It's difficult, but you go with the flow. If it takes 2 hours to do and normally took you an hour, big deal. You got it done. It was an accomplishment. That's just the way I look at it. And I still do stuff around, you know, it takes a while. Going back to school was fun because the kids there were just awesome. They are very supportive. They were, you know, they said, I'll be here all year. And they all stood up and clapped. And guess where I went? Right down on my knees. That was powerful. That was powerful. I will never, ever experience something like that again, I bet. That was just so powerful, those kids. Every day for the rest of the year, someone or more than one came up and asked me how I was doing from that school, those kids. These are 4th and 5th graders.
I was not expecting so many people to come out of the woods to help me out with things. There's people that I haven't heard from since high school that were bringing me food and driving my kids around, and just, they knew I was exhausted. So just the kindness of people I was not expecting.
Now, an official, umpire and referee in basketball, but due to the incident, I had to back off on the umpiring and the referee. Very thankful for being able to get back out on the field this year to behind pitcher's mound, which is not normal, but no one had an issue with it, and I'm so thankful for that. I missed it. It was tough. So I'm glad I'm back for that. And basketball might be another issue. I don't think I'm going to get quite back into shape for basketball, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Right, I think that that's been a really amazing thing. Good things. I don't take a single day for granted anymore. I don't just sit at home and not do anything at all. Every day I get up and thank the Lord I'm alive, because I wasn't supposed to still be here from what the doctors were telling me, and so I'm here.
It's like softball now. When I was up in softball, in between innings they play music, so I'm out on the field dancing. And coaches come up to me and go, why do you do that? Aren't you embarrassed? I said, why should I be? I said, these girls come into this field and and they're so tense. Why not loosen them up a little bit? So then finally, towards the end of the year, I had a couple of the girls from the tuna team dancing. So that, you know, it's just me, just the way I am.
Hope. Don't give up. I've had 2 doctors tell me, get rid of the Optune, stop chemotherapy, your tumor is back. And I had another doctor say, are you ready to give up? And I said, no. And he said, then don't. And I continued on my Optune, and I continued on the chemo, and they're all gone. I just had an MRI last week, and it's gone. So it will. I know that it will come back because they can't get all of the cells. But as of right now, there's no tumor cells in my brain, so that they can spot anyway. So.
What you put in is what you're going to get out, and where you're going to end up. You can't sit there and think that someone else is going to do the work for you, because it isn't going to happen. You're going to get to that point where you want to be and need to be because of you, not somebody else.
You're supposed to do LiveStrong once. Sorry, United Way. Sorry, I think this was my 6th time. I love the program. I love the exercise, but I love the people. I've loved all the instructors. We've had 4 different instructors for this program, and all of them bring different things to it, and there's humor. We laugh every time. It's just a great program, and I would recommend anybody who's battling with cancer or surviving cancer to join the program.
But they are excellent people. The people that in the class with me were super. The instructors, they were awesome. They were awesome too. You know, I kind of inherited a family. You know, another lady in my class says the same thing I do, so we're kind of brother sisters, Optune brother sisters. So it's very worthwhile. You know, you may sit back and you look at it like, well, I can't do all that exercises and stuff. I can't do all that. You don't know until you try. Why sit back and say I can't when it's only going to benefit you? I mean, before I started this program, because I was off, there was a lapse in between the 2 programs, I had one heck of a time bending over and tying my shoes without, you know, getting back up and gasping for air. But now I can, no problem. When I don't have sunburn and when I don't have aching bones from umpiring in a lot of games, but it's a well worth program. I think they're doing a tremendous job, and I hope more people are made aware of it, because I think they would welcome more people, and you can't beat it. You can't beat it. And I will be coming back here doing my exercises. I might have to pop in and, you know, check things out, but me and my sister can come down here. We can be like instructors and you know, get them in shape. So I recommend it highly. I really do.